Hello, everyone. I am Carol Sankar, business advisor, real estate advisor, and a few years ago, something sparked a conversation that I was having with a few of my male colleagues and a few of my male clients. So the conversation really was a joke. You know, sometimes a joke goes wrong, things happen in a joke. And the joke was, Carol, do you realize you don't have any women clients? And I laughed it off. We all laughed, ha ha ha, it's funny, whatever. So I went ahead and it really did spark this ingenious conversation that I have been a business advisor for almost a decade, not one female client. And so I didn't know what the problem was. I could not really figure it out, but I knew at this point I had to start really opening up the reservoir to figuring out what I needed to do to start working with more women. And so, as a business consultant, a lot of what I do is I work with a lot of high growth CEOs and CFOs, and many of them are men. And we work on everything from profit and loss and analysis and research and development, and I rarely meet women. So, I decided to open up a program exclusively just for women. I invited 15 women to come with me for 90 days into a specific room, closed environment, working strategically on building businesses. Anything from retail to stores, people had products, women were making soaps. I took 15 women into a room and we said we're going to work on this for 90 days. So about 3 years ago, we worked on it for 90 days straight. And 3 years later, I'm standing here and I'm telling you that none of those 15 women have implemented anything that we've done. Many of my male clients have gone on to soar into other things. So I didn't know what happened. And as a facilitator, as a trainer, as an instructor, it kind of made me feel like I did something wrong. I couldn't figure out what I did. It was like, what did I do? You know how you just overcheck and recheck and want to make sure you didn't do the wrong thing. So I went back to the drawing board and I went back to some women I knew and I said, what did I do wrong? Can you tell me? I thought I talked directly to women. I am a woman. I thought I could talk to you. I'm trying to, feminize it a little bit. And one particular person in my inner circle said, you forgot to add confidence to this, because confidence is not necessarily a learned science and it's an applied science. And so with you not talking about confidence, you're throwing statistics and not giving women the confidence to get out there. Because as women, we do this, and don't admit it, ladies. I know you know that what I'm talking about. We're information hoarders. That's what we do. We go and we get different studies and we study different things. I'm the queen of having a degree in everything, and some of those degrees I've never implemented, because a lot of it had to deal with me being confident enough to go out there and do something with it, and I didn't know what to do with all this information. So then I just started to really do some research and figure out, what is this confidence thing? What is it? So in my research, I started really working with a lot of PhDs, and I learned and I had to figure out why other women in other countries were functioning at a rate that was alarmingly higher than women in North America. Women in Panama are functioning at a rate about as successful as men. Women in Ecuador and in Mexico and Uganda. So it was like, what is this? I have to figure this out. So then I always say I put a question into the universe one more time, just so I can make sure that I get this question answered, because I'm a perfectionist, I'm sorry. So I had to make sure I had to figure this out one more time. And when I put the question in the universe sends me a client who came and he read a book that I did called Wholesaling 101, and he calls me and he says, myself and a friend of mine, a female friend of mine, want to coach with you. We want to coach with you exclusively, and we want to do this for 6 months. I was like, oh my gosh, I got my answer. So I got my answer, and we start working together that Monday. So let's say Monday morning. Day number 1, everything went fine. They started the same time, same day on Skype. Day number 2, everything went fine. Day number 3, he's asking 10 questions, she's asking 5. Day number 4, he asked 15 questions, she asked 2. By day number 5, she's not participating. By day number 6, she drops out. He continues on. Today, he's built a $10 million real estate empire, and today she's a receptionist at a law firm. So what am I trying to tell you? Confidence is this great equalizer that is not really an applied science that's learned in school. It's not something that you can learn in a book. It's something you have to apply. It's something that you just have to wear as a great accessory, an accessory that when you wear it, you know that you are actually out there and people are paying attention to you. And this is a male conversation as well, because as women, we need a little bit of validation. We need that Do you look nice today? Even before I came out here, I text all of my friends, is this lipstick shade okay? Is this lipstick shade okay? Just to get that confirmation, because I don't know. The mirror I look in said it looked fine, and everybody else around me said it didn't look so great. So I know that there are three things that all women must do in order for them to enact their confidence factor. The first thing that we must do as women is we must know the power of negotiation. It is probably one of those things that I don't know exactly, I can't teach it to you today, but what I can tell you is this. If you know your worth before you leave the house, you now know how to negotiate. The biggest misconception that I had about negotiation was when people offered me money, I had to take it. I did not know I had the right to reject it and tell them, I won't take that amount, I'm going to take this. So the first thing is you have to learn how to negotiate. You have to know how to come to a table with a number in mind that is going to allow you to not be insulted. And that usually comes with knowing your worth. And so when you know your worth, you are confident. You will rock with confidence. The second thing is really kind of a mixture between having that little bit of support, because women, we love some support, and mentorship. Men generally seek mentorship. Women seek support. Support is where we get a nice cushy hug, a nice teddy bear, not necessarily getting the facts. Mentorship is that strange thing where people tell us the truth regardless of how we feel about what we need to hear. And sometimes, ladies, the truth is the most painful part of it all. So make sure you have a great mix between mentorship and support. And lastly, but not least, your inner circle. So in my inner circle, I have at least one person that likes me, one person that can't stand me, one person that'll tell me the truth, and one person that'll tell me a lie. Put them all together, that's my inner circle. I know that sounds strange, but so that I can fact check who is going right around and keeping me on guard with what I need to do. And my inner circle are not filled with people I already know. I pick strangers because I believe that the main thing that we need to do is get out of our comfort zone so we can get into our confidence zone. So with this, I want to leave you with this. Confidence is a beautiful accessory. We all must wear it. It's a beautiful thing. But if women don't walk into places confidently, knowing what they're worth, knowing how to negotiate, knowing not how to settle, and go ahead and say, look, this is what I am, this is what I am, and be willing to walk out of a room, we will never be able to actually enact our confidence factor. I love to see confident women everywhere I go because leadership is about confidence, and I think Sheryl Sandberg really helped us with this lean-in revolution, but nobody's really working on the confidence revolution. So wear it like a beautiful accessory, and I promise you, you'll go far. Thank you.